Shadow Striker cameo.
Oh, it's worse when
No,
it's gonna be worse when we deal with Shadow Striker.
yeah, it's worse with Shadow Striker. All right. Also, we are unmuted now. We are live, so we're just testing our audio real quick. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Chelsea says audio. Chelsea says audio's good. All right. Looks like Chelsea's.
By the way, Diva and Serena got Makima right dead on by just the one image.
Ah, good for
Also,
them.
Chang,
Yes, Nick.
in the comic, they did something amazing to RC in this one.
What'd they do?
It's in this image. They gave her a cat.
They gave her a cat.
She became a cat lady. Okay.
She became a cat lady. That's cute. That's pretty cute. There's a lot of taps going on there. What are you making, boy?
That was those were the command.
Ah, those were the commands. Okay. Alright. Oh my god.
If you want.
Are you making more?
No, if you want, just check.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Only one tab.
Alright. Alright.
I'm not Comet.
You're not Comet. You're not
Speaking
Comet.
of Comet.
No, I'll let him slide for tonight. I'll let him slide. I already
You've
know.
been letting him slide for too long.
Well, because I already know he's gonna have a lot of tabs going on. I wouldn't be surprised anymore. So I'll just let it slide. I'll just let it slide. I don't know. Also, so far looks like only Chelsea's in the chat, but that's fine. As long as we have one person in here, that's cool. And plus, there's also the replays and archive on YouTube. How you doing, Chelsea? How you doing? I think she's typing right now. You're good? Alright, that's great to hear, Chelsea. That's great to hear. So, alright. So, with that said, okay, let's get the show rolling on a roll, alright? So welcome to another 2 Cents Live. It is 10/15/22. That's right, it is the year of our Lord 2022.
It is Wednesday, my dudes!
I wish it was Wednesday. That's an old meme. I can't believe that's an old meme now. What's a new what makes a new meme these days? I don't know.
It's more than a week. It's less than a week old.
Is that so? I guess. I don't know. That's an old meme right there. It's Wednesday. You're multitasking? Oh, that's cool, Chelsea. That's alright. But yeah, so we are welcome to another 2 Cents Live. It is Saturday. It is past 8 my time. So for the sake of the Easterners, we're gonna get the ball rolling pretty soon. So just to get some house cleaning out of the way. Really, there's only one house cleaning left to do. Is just a reminder that if you look at the upper left corner of your screen, you see we got a donation goal going on there. $50 for a month. May seem like a lot, but it's not. There's bigger numbers than $50, and plus it's $50 for the whole month. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you, Chelsea, for putting that link in the chat as well. But you can also check out Stream Elements below in the About section and all that. And yeah, so just if you're feeling charitable, go ahead. You know. Oh, and if we don't reach $50 by the end of the month, that's not the end of the world. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the house cleaning out of the way. You love Saturdays, Chelsea. Saturdays are cool. I'm a bit tired though. I'm always tired. That's my secret, Captain. I'm always tired. What would that be? What, a narcoleptic Hulk? Just see, he hulks out whenever he gets Banner hulks out whenever he gets tired. Just, I'm tired.
I wonder what would happen if I would wonder if Hulk, one of Hulk's legs was asleep, everyone else transformed, the leg remained the same.
Oh, actually, fucking speaking of Hulk, well, okay, so one, just for context, I don't know what the fuck was going on in that She-Hulk show. I don't give a shit. I'm not watching that shit. But I saw fucking what Scar looks like in the She-Hulk show. What the fuck is that? What the actual fuck was that?
Man, where did they have the time for Hulk to get busy to make Scar?
I don't know, but like what the fuck did I look at? Why does Scar have that that yee-ass haircut going on?
Changus, please. The biggest threat against She-Hulk is what do you call it? Men's rights activists because they are misogynists.
And the director. Because the ending of the show is literally her arguing with the director. Arguing with Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige, who the entire joke is just he's MODOK.
He's MODOK. Okay. Also, I'm showing Scar right now on stream. I'll post it in the background too. Look what the fuck is this? He's like bald. He's like balding. What's going on there? He's like fucking balding going on.
What is this? Changus, what is this PS2 game you're showing us?
I don't know, but like, what's going on there? He's fucking balding.
This is early 360.
What the hell is
PS2
this?
looks better than early 360.
Like, what's that haircut? Why is he balding?
That's not balding. He purposely shaved it. You see how the hairline? There's like a clear, lighter, darker hairline in between the actual hair and the forehead.
That's still a terrible haircut. What is that?
I know. It shows how awful. It's not even a balding. Balding makes more sense than this.
This is god awful.
This is like someone who's trying to do a bold cut, but it's on an angle.
Go ahead.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, like really bad.
Is that a reference?
That's what the villain says when he injects himself with that sweet She-Hulk blood.
But
what?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And CGI was bad.
That makes.
Well,
sorry, but
Comet,
like, why?
Obviously.
She-Hulk.
Well, hold on, real quick, Comet. You and I both know that MCU CGI has nothing compared to Dawn Brothers. Peak CG right there.
Yeah, but,
I mean, have you seen Inu Brother? Like, peak right there.
So what are you saying, Najado?
Why do they have men's rights activists as the main villains?
What?
She-Hulk had plenty of villains to borrow from Hulk or her own villains.
I guess
look what they did to Titania.
Don't mention that. Please don't mention that.
Yeah, Comet wouldn't like his muscle girls being fucked up.
Look, this show is torture for a Comet because all muscle girls were screwed over.
I just
with his favorite being She-Hulk.
I'm trying to find a good picture of Inu Brother.
What muscle?
Oh, here we go. Here's a good picture of all the Dawn Brothers right here. Comet will understand. Comet will understand. Look at this Comet. You see Inu Brother right there, and
no, I'm not saying Inu, but I just saw Scar you posted.
You just saw? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
It's like he wanted to do the shave look, but got second guess himself halfway through.
But
the show continues to make me fucking angry.
No, but again, like, you see what I'm talking about, Comet?
Well, good thing
it's got nothing compared to Dawn Brothers.
You just have to wait until 2 years later to be more angry.
It's got nothing compared to Dawn Brothers. Look at Kiji Brother and Inu Brother right there. Now that's some peak Toei CG right there. That's what we want to see in our shows.
Honestly, I'd rather stuff go through that than.
Crack that plays the cat decided to become a Power Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Look at fucking Sonic proportions.
Yeah, that's kind of the.
Can you imagine? Imagine some executive at Sega was listening to us and be like, write that down.
Write that down. Blaze, you're a Power Ranger now. Where's our official Sonic Power Ranger crossover? I want to see that.
Same.
Yeah, they made a Sonic Tokusatsu TV show.
Oh, I would be down for that.
So, okay.
Mouse is a ranger. Team Rocket, the Power Ranger team. They're blasting off again.
But they have a Robo.
Well, I mean, come remember. I remember watching Pokemon. Like they always had some kind of big Robo at the end of each episode. Remember?
You know what? I remember watching Team Rocket. Remember when Team Rocket was competent?
No.
Well, during the Sinnoh seasons, they did a little thing where they actually were competent, so instead of blasting off again, they get blasted away, but had jetpacks instead. And
weren't there like 2 teams of Team Rocket, and they were like rival teams?
Yes. Cassidy, Butch and Cassidy, and then
James and
Jesse. You know, quite clever, really clever for kids. Oh, Nintendo.
Get it? They're named after they're named after cowboys.
Exactly. Oh, hey, SGD's here.
Cassidy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
All right.
All right.
I just
a few weeks, so I had to go shopping for clothes.
Ah.
I just found out that the VeggieTales creators got fired from VeggieTales.
Yeah, that really sucks to hear. That sucks. Maybe they'll make an anime comeback. It's like the big anime comeback arc for the creators of VeggieTale. We've come back even stronger than ever with our new show. Fruits. What was it? Fruit Stories? We got Fruit Stories now. It's like VeggieTales, but better than ever. It's our anime comeback arc. I want to see that now. Alright. Since the gang's all here, speaking of anime comebacks, I guess this is our time to get into the show. So speaking of anime comebacks, guess which franchise has come back stronger than ever? And by comeback, I mean they never went away. I don't know. I needed something related to anime to get into this topic. To segue. Okay. Anyways. Anime.
Before we start this, Changus, can I tell you what the producer for The Witch from Mercury said?
Oh sure, go ahead.
He said that apparently older modern teens in Japan think that Gundam is for old people.
Well, yeah, you want to know why? Because the character is not isekai, and it's not a power fantasy.
I don't know how to react to that, honestly. That's kind of...
I don't know how to react to that.
I don't know how to react. I fail to see how Gundam's for old people. I mean, if he's talking about for older demographic, maybe that makes sense, but...
It reminds me of just like what I told you, Shangus, about Urakon Giskenji, where people, where it's like there was one reviewer who was just basically saying he didn't really understand the show because he had the idea that he didn't really understand what demographic Tomino was trying to aim for with the show. And so it's like he gave that immortal line that I forever loved. It's like, Raccoon Geese G is not going to capture the hearts and minds of the kids who like yokai watch. I'm like, wait, they.
That's right, kids. All you kids out there like yokai watch. We got Gundam. What's a Gundam?
Right. I mean, Yokai Watch was successful enough that it scared Pokemon. Digimon also copied Yokai Watch. We don't talk about that season.
Oh, darn.
A lot of people like it. Granted, a lot of Digimon fans don't have standards.
Ooh.
So this is the song that the kids are listening to nowadays.
What?
Jimmy
Did
Packer.
you realize Mussolini's craft art was a J-pop idol?
Although I heard that season was so unsuccessful, they moved the time slot, and that says a lot. If a show moves a time slot, you are not doing well.
Oh.
Pokemon had the same time slot until Journeys. Only when they got to Pokemon Journeys did they change the time slot, because you don't move a successful show's time slot.
Well, so far we'll see how successful this new Gundam show does. But yeah, so this is so I am talking about the new Gundam show, Witch from Mercury. My God, these bitches gay. Good for them. Good for them.
Oh no!
To be fair,
fake fan! You're a fake fan!
Okay, so before I get into all that, let me just so I did talk about Witch from Mercury before when we talked about when it was first announced, and we were talking about our thoughts and predictions for it, and then we were talked about a bit about the prologue, and now by the time of recording, I believe SGD, it's already Sunday in Japan, right?
That's right, Chinggis.
So by the time of this recording in Japan, the third episode of Gundam Witch from Mercury will be coming out soon. So we're 2 episodes in, and I guess if you're in Japan, about to be 3 episodes in to a brand new Gundam show. Now, this for frame reference, Witch from Mercury is the first actual real mainline Gundam show that's not like a build series or anything like that since I believe Iron Blood.
Yeah, IBO came out around 2015. That's how long we've had. It's been since a.
So it's been about. It's been about 7 years. So almost not entirely, but almost an entire decade without a mainline Gundam TV show. The big thing before Witch of Mercury was obviously the Hathaway movie, which was that last year?
Yes.
Yeah. It was last year for us. It was released in 2020. It was released in 2020. Because the special thing about Japan is they can't really enforce a a curfew and quarantine like that. They'll still ask businesses to close down, but really the state of their state of emergency really just comes down to we will politely ask you to stay indoors. We can't force you to stay indoors, but we'll politely ask you to. So it's it took the longest for them to reopen the borders. They reopened them today for foreign visitors, which knowing Japan, I think that has less to do with the coronavirus and more to do with other things. But no, it's they got it a bit more early than we did.
All right. But besides that, for a while, that was the big thing, Hathaway, and then this year, 2 weeks ago, the brand new series came out. The prologue was released a while back, but now this is the actual show, and I have to say, first 2 episodes in, I like what I see. It's different, but there's some stuff there that makes me go, oh, I kind of see what's going on here, and some stuff that's like, this seems like something like Gundam. One thing obviously that this show already is right off the bat doing that pretty much is one core of Gundam is adults suck. Adults suck. Like was the Tamil quote like adults are the enemy? like already like 2 episodes in and adults suck. That's quite obvious. What's her name again? The white-haired chick. I'm trying to remember her name.
Delling's daughter, Miron.
Yeah, Miron. Miron and her relationship with Delling, the dad. Yeah, that's that's a bad relationship right there. It's like that already right there. By the second episode, it's like, wow, you're not a good dad. Adults suck. Which is typical of Gundam.
Do you love me, Dad? I love you as a political bargaining tool.
I love you as much as Mustang loves lust.
Yeah, but like, so that's already one thing. Like, yeah, adults suck, which is typical of Gundam, and also so while everyone's focusing on oh my god, are these bitches lesbians? Like, I'm more focused on like a lot of the background stuff. Like, oh man, these adults suck. So there's a lot. So this is a very this is a new Gundam world where it's very much all about like focusing on the corporate side of things, and then also just little things here and there. Like by the second episode, while everyone was really talking about oh man, these two look cute together, I remember it was like, I'm sensing a lot of heavy racism here between the Earthnoids and Spacenoids. Oh, I wonder if that's gonna turn out to be something.
As you wanted to, Chandler.
like I remember watching the second episode, I was like, wow, these Spacenoids are fucking assholes. Oh, wonderful! We already got like your typical Spacenoids and Earthnoids hating each other. I wonder if that's gonna turn out to be something. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. It's like stuff like that, like little background stuff like that. That's really what catches my interest. But overall, like so far, 2 episodes in, it's a solid show so far. Nothing. I don't really have much to say because there's not really anything actually what is it like anything big like important to talk about. Like we're still way in the beginning, but actually already. So another thing also is like what's interesting in this world is how we talked it briefly during the prologue when we watched the prologue, how like in this world Gundams are something to be feared, like really be afraid of, like Delling is the President Delling, he is fucking paranoid about Gundams. It's like that mobile suit you have, Soletta, that's a Gundam. Why do you say that? Because I
made it the
because
fuck
I
up.
made it the fuck up. What's your source, Delling? My source is I made it the fuck up. Trust me, bro. That's a Gundam. Get that shit out of here.
I swear, if this show doesn't have an entire lengthy court battle scene where they fight over the rights of the Gundam, I'm going to be disappointed.
They're gonna be disappointed. It's like come on. Like that's a Gundam. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Oh no, it's a Gundam. Don't you see the V fin? That's obviously a Gundam.
It's not a Gundam. It's a Gundam. Totally different.
Darn, you got me there. Damn it.
You see, like, yes, technically it gotta be even, but you see, on a Gundam, the beefing is so this angle and this height. This one's like off by 1 degree.
Yeah, but so it's interesting. You hear Family Guy on someone's audio, Chelsea? That's probably not Mike. Don't worry about it. But
Ironic.
Ironic. You're not the one playing Family Guy, Nick. But it's like, yeah, like this is a world where like post prologue, like everyone is scared the shit out of the possibility of a Gundam. Like all of a sudden, Suletta comes in with her mobile suit, and it's like, oh my god, is that a Gundam? Oh jeez, oh god, oh, like they're scared the shit out of it, and then like one thing. So another thing I guess also is I heard that from what I'm getting is this show has a lot of similarities to what's that show?
What, Code Geass?
No, not Code Geass. It was, Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
Oh, go ahead.
I haven't heard people making comparisons. They just said someone who worked on it also wrote light novels for that, and that's why the main characters are going to be gay.
Huh. Well, I don't know about that. Look, I'm building up to the lesbians. I'm building up to the lesbians. But well, no, from what at least from what I saw and heard, SGD, like there's some similarities, and some people think it's kind of sort of go down the same route. Like so what I think is starting from I guess episode 3. And going forward, I could be wrong, obviously. Then again, you know, this is brand new show. We're only in the beginning. I'm feeling like at least for a good bit, the way the show's gonna play out is our main protagonist Suletta's gotta pretty much keep fighting mobile suits to pretty much ensure her current position, not only in the school but also her current position with Miron, and so I think that's what's gonna be happening. It's like you want to stay into school, you gotta keep fighting mobile suits. Okay, and actually that's another thing. That's another great thing also that pretty much sold me about the show. I love this protagonist. I love Suletta Mercury. She is a dork, and I love her.
Suletta is a little cinnamon bun, I love her.
Oh, she's great. Like she's it's interesting. Like how like because like okay, so like one thing about I guess a trend is like usually these Gundam protagonists tend to be kind of not so good at social skills for various different reasons. Suletta is she's just a sheltered cinnamon roll. That's about it. Which is compare that to the last main Gundam show.
Have a guy say fuck, and she's like, what the fuck is that word?
like okay, so like again, compare that to the last mainline Gundam show. Let's compare Suletta to like Mikazuki from IBO. What a drastic difference. Like what the hell? These are completely two different worlds. Which makes sense, but still it's like, whoa, you are not Mikazuki or like Hiro Yui or Setsuna. You are a wholesome cinnamon roll. Like,
I wonder how long they'll stay.
Yeah, that's the question. I wonder how long that's gonna stay. But like so far, like she's just.
I was watching Turn A for the first time last week, and I was like, this kid is gonna get fucking traumatized.
Hold on. Well, the one second play the cinnamon roll is Zoran.
I still need to watch Turn A.
Like, man.
All I know is that Turn A has best girl protagonist.
Yes, Lauren is best girl.
Man, everyone's talking about how progressive Witcher Mercury is, when in Turn A, that was quite progressive right there. Lauren was best girl. But no one talks about that. Everyone wants to focus on the lesbians.
The gay character on Turn A too.
Ah, see it right there. Wait, see. So yeah, it's like Gundam was always progressive, but I guess we're just focusing now on this one. But
it's kind of funny. There was like a rumor that Tomino originally wanted Laron to be a girl.
Really?
That was a rumor.
Ah, that was a rumor. But
Because
nothing confirmed though.
Yeah, but because of the design of Laron, I wouldn't be surprised.
Huh. Well, I mean, it's possible. Like for example, in J-Decker, Yuta, the main character, was actually gonna be a girl, but then Takara told Sunrise, hey, boys watch this show. Make Yuta a boy. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Oh, you know who is Laron, by the way?
I know about Laron.
Yes. Oh yes, the executive producer came in, much like Legion of Superheroes. This is the boys' show. No girls allowed.
No. Boys buy these toys. No girls. Oh, okay.
Just have a girl in a coma for most of the season.
Ah. But as I was saying though, like for this new show, the protagonist, Cinnamon Roll. She's great. She's adorable. In fact, she's not even like Amuro. Amuro had some sass to him. This girl, she's just shy. Amuro got the sass to him, but it's also kind of whiny.
Oh no, shyness for the main character. I'm getting you flashbacks to Gundam, a Gundam show you don't like. Oh no.
No, she's not Jesus Yamato either, but like it's just, again, just like this is a protagonist who I think for like a new show for, I guess, supposedly like, most likely a new, generation of Gundam fans. I don't mind it. It's a new take where she's just this adorable dork, and I like her. She's great to follow, and she's just a dork. I don't really know what else to say. She's a dork. I love her for that. And then so I guess with that said, then since we're talking about a protagonist, now is the time to get into Space Lesbians. Bum ba da bum bum. And the truth is, I don't know. It could be lesbians. They could be not be. Not right now.
I don't know. Too early in the game.
So I kind of been spacing in and out.
Okay.
At that, is this UC?
No. This is a completely new timeline. This is at Stella. So this is another new universe where you could just jump in, not knowing anything about Gundam.
All right, and how many episodes are out?
So far only 2. The third one's gonna come out, and now I'll get into where you can watch these when I end my segment. But let's just say I'm not too happy about the choices. But let's just say, Nick, if you want to watch this, I will technically not encourage anyone to do this. I'm just gonna, simply drop off, I'm simply just drop a little thing here saying, this is an option. Not encouraging you to do it, but it's an option where you could, raise that Black Skull flag and, set sail. So there's that. But I'm not.
It's not a Black Skull flag. It's just a.
James, just so you know, at one point in our comedy series, Megatron finds a parrot and names him Adrian Beaky. And then he gets the idea to become a pirate.
I don't blame him. Remember that time two crows became replacement for Starscream? And he decided, I'm gonna live off for the rest of my life with these crows, and they flew away.
At this point, comedy Megatron just has the Decepticons as an excuse to do whatever he wants. I'm really trying to take over the world. It's just, hey, this seems cool. I'm gonna do that thing.
I mean, the worst thing he does now to Starscream is just, Starscream! I need you to cut this cable service. I refuse to because it's Shabbos. Do it or I rip your head off. But as I was saying though, as for the space lesbians, really, it's too early to say for sure. Like, so the big thing about the whole lesbian aspect was, in this show, so one of the rules of this world is, in this show, when you enroll into school, all your medals are settled through duels. So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you settle things through duels, but instead of with cards, it's robots. So that's right. So that's right. This show is just a Yu-Gi-Oh show in disguise. Whoa. But so everything is settled through duels, and anything can be possible, including who decides who you're engaged to. That's right. Underage kids can be engaged to each other. Why? Because they're
nobility.
Because so I don't know if it's I don't know if it's necessarily.
Like Changus, it operates on nobility rules.
But like
nobility throughout history. That's how it works.
But they're not necessarily nobility. Like
they're children of corporations.
Yeah,
they're doing it for the same reasons, I think.
Go ahead.
They're doing it for the same reasons. Like the adults are doing it for their benefit, and the children are just bargaining tools.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's
nobility.
That's what nobility did.
Yeah. I'm just saying these guys are technically not nobility. They're the closest thing, but they're just a bunch of corporate families.
They're technically not nobility because it's not on the title. You see,
they're nobility in all but name. I mean, hell, Delling himself fucking has the audacity to not just call himself president. He goes around calling himself fucking king. So it's just like his daughter's like, so what? You view yourself as a king? Yes.
I am the supreme ruler of the neighborhood of make-believe. I will kneel before my... got a freaking king that's next to the train tracks. What is this, Mexico?
Look. It's basically nobility.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, another Gundam staple. You need to have... space nobility in your Gundam show.
It's more like just the people... It's more like another staple of Gundam shows. Just the people in charge are a bunch of assholes and tend to fuck you over. So that's the thing also in this show. These corporate families, they're actively fucking screwing over their own children as bargaining chips. My son is going to be married to your daughter. Now give me 10% of your shares. And so yeah, it operates on the same rules here. So our main protagonist Suletta, when she participated in a duel, one of the rewards of that duel was, hey Suletta, guess what? You're engaged to Delling's daughter now. I am? Yeah. Congrats, you're a lesbian now. What's a lesbian? Oh man, you are so pure. Oh my goodness, how can you be this wholesome?
Isn't even Soletta's mother is using her?
Maybe. Like that the Char clone from episode 2. That's gotta be the mom. I think
that's a red herring.
You think it's a red herring?
I think it's too obvious.
I don't know.
Don't use that word. You're just gonna confuse Chelsea.
Guys, I have a question.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a female Char clone in the past?
I don't think so.
Not really, no.
So this is a Gundam Force.
Yeah, we got our first. We got our first for a lot of things. This is the first Gundam TV show with a female, main protagonist, and this is the first time we got a female Char clone.
Wait.
Progressive.
I think there was a female Char clone.
Was there?
Still fine, but she was second to Kamaguchi, the third Majin. Look it up real quick.
Oh, from the Build series. Meijin Yamaguchi? Hold on. Wait. Wait, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Gundam Meijin. Well, there was Tatsuya. He was there was Yuki. He was Meijin. Well, what's so funny?
Look at movies.
Let me see. What do you got? Oh, they're making a Blue's Clues movie.
You know what the premise is?
No.
Here it is. I found it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Blue and Josh, who is like
The new one.
Yeah, the new one. They ended up in New York City without the handy dandy notebook. So the rest of the other characters from a storybook world has to go to Steve to help find them.
Okay, here we go. Lady Kawaguchi. Okay. What is going on with her pants? Why does her pants have one sleeve but then the other one is cut off? So it's like she's wearing half jean and half short shorts.
No.
Japan anime fashion sense.
I don't understand that fashion sense. What? Half jeans, half short shorts.
What does she look like?
Here, I'll post it in the back room. Oh no, Connor already got it. Yeah, see, she's got.
Maybe someone's been watching a bit of Digimon.
Oh, is that a Digimon reference?
No, it's just Angelman has the same sort of style with one leg covered and the other leg uncovered.
Lady Devimon also.
Okay.
Yeah, Lady Devimon gets it from Angelmon.
Okay. Anyways, I got sidetracked. So back to space lesbians. So as I was saying in this Gundam show, our protagonist, she got a wife now. But the thing is, Miron doesn't want to be a wife. And really, in episode 2, the only reason why is so adamant about making Suletta be the one engaged to her is mostly it's not because she's it's a sense of I'm lesbian.
She knows she can get out of it with Suletta.
Yeah, it's more like it's not so much like you're lesbian. It's more like she knows she can. It's kind of just she's using Suletta pretty much. She's definitely using her to get out of her position. That's really what it is. She's using her. A big thing about Miron right now in episode 2, as we can see, is her whole thing is just she pretty much wants to be able to have the freedom to make her own choices. So if making Suletta is so Suletta being her the one she's engaged to is means it's an option that her daddy didn't choose for her, then she's taking it. But
I like Ghoul.
Oh no, go ahead.
I like Ghoul.
Oh yeah, Ghoul's pretty good.
Ghoul's gonna be. He's gonna have the redemption arc, I bet. Either that, or he's gonna go full on Jared.
The running joke I've seen so far is episode 3 will determine whether Ghoul will become the next Jared or the next Patrick.
I hope he becomes the Patrick.
I hope he becomes the next Patrick. Patrick is great.
The guy isn't he the guy that is a fucking
Patrick from Gundam Double O. The whole running gag is
the one with the wife.
Yeah, the one with the wife who took the wife's name, and then that's more of Japanese law. But still, it's kind of funny how he took her name.
Wait, did he get a red mobile suit now?
I don't know. The episode 2 showed that new red mobile suit, but like I think it's implying that that's gonna be Ghoul's new mobile suit. But
if he gets that mobile suit, we also get a mask.
I don't know. Wait, are we gonna have 2 Char clones? Is that what's gonna be happening? We got 2 Char clones going on?
We're gonna have a Char clone from each faction. We're gonna have the Super League of Char clones.
The Super League of Char clones.
No, Char clone Highlander. There only can be one.
There can only be one.
I just want to say, if they do end up doing something like, a lesbian relationship with Suletta in some way, I hope she can do better than Murine, because I don't like the character.
Oh, really?
It's a case of I've seen this character before. Like I've seen the rebelling teen, which I also thought like I just had a thought to myself. It's like Murine should have known that her father was like this forever. It really seems weird for her to be rebelling now of all times, when when it's like she is like, she knows that her father.
It was kind of implied that she has a history of trying to run away, like there was like a line in the first episode, like little princess wants to run away again. So it's kind of implied like this is a recurring thing with her. She's like, this isn't her first rodeo. So So then again, we're only 2 episodes in. Maybe they'll show more later on. Like who knows? Maybe she just always had this history of just trying to run away from her dad.
Cause I just imagine how she sort of treats her relationship with her father could be so much different if she got through all the oh, he doesn't love me nonsense really early on. And it's like, she always knows like he never really loved her as as his child. And it's just like, I think
she always knew.
Yeah, she always knew. It's like, and like I really feel like a character like that would just be, a character like that would just be would already feel far more independent than she is now. Because she's always she's here crying about her independence and all that, but it's like I feel like you should have already had it. Sure, you can't escape, but that's just like the virtue of just being an important figure as yourself. I feel like she should have been like a delinquent character. Just like that type of that type of person is like, she doesn't care about maintaining appearances, and she just breaks the rules all the time because she can do it.
Again, we're only 2 episodes, and maybe they'll show more. It's also, I guess to play devil's advocate, I think what they're trying to do with the show is show that maybe that's what she's, that's what she always wanted to do. Is just, I guess her dad just has that much control over life, to that point where this is the best she can do.
I doubt it, because I remember back to that line that Delling told his aide.
Right, that's right. It doesn't matter. She'll get caught by immigration services. I know where she's going.
But it's oh, he's telling her, it's like, oh, we have extra security detail posted on her, and he just gives a response of, I don't care. I never cared about her. She's just the spawn that came from me. I feel like from him, there is no pretense of, oh, I need to keep some kind of safety. I need to keep her encased, encased and protected because she is the crown jewel of my.
I don't think it's much less about protecting, more just I need her in my chips no matter what. I don't care about her, but I can still use her, so I can't let go of her just yet.
It's. Oh, I'm sorry. Because it's like his I find his his Darwinian philosophy sort of fascinating in a way. It's just like, okay, like just in every facet of his life, he believes that like the strong, the survival of the fittest, the strong will overtake the weak, and it's like, which also boils down to how he makes his business decisions, and also he created an entire school based around the entire idea, just like if you want to resolve, like problems, you duel for them. And like, I feel like even with the hand, even with giving away his daughter's hand in marriage to whoever wins it, is just kind of a byproduct of like, he doesn't really care. He doesn't really care if his daughter is going to to the right person, so that he can consolidate his legacy and just his greater influence on the galaxy by creating a super union, because to be honest, the Bellring group is already just this large conglomerate. But they pretty much own a lot of the manufacturing plants in and around the Earth sphere.
Right.
Of course, there are independent ones. Like the one that Soletta's mother owns. So it's like you can be an independent business within this very strangling competition here.
I see where you're coming from. Again, like I said, we're only 2 episodes in, so maybe all this is gonna be addressed soon, in later episodes. Who knows? I don't know. Obviously, the real reason why Miron's going through a rebellious phase just now is to move the plot along. At the end of the day, that's really what it's just for, is to get that story rolling.
Yeah.
So, I understand where you're coming from. I find it more just I wouldn't necessarily say a major criticism. Maybe just a little nitpick about some I guess role building decisions maybe. But I get where you're coming from. But then again, like I said, we're only 2 episodes in, and just for now, really, everything's the way it is, just so we could get that story rolling, get that plot going out.
So Cengiz, what is your thoughts on the main antagonist faction of the show, essentially being a conglomerate business?
I don't know. I don't have a solid opinion on that, really. I do find it just just overall, just an interesting idea. How, at least so far, it seems like the big, a lot of the big threats and just everything revolves around the more corporate side of Gundam. It's pretty much like if something like if like Anaheim just if Anaheim from UC like just bought out all the other mobile suit companies right there, like SNRI never existed, or SNRI existed but it's just always been part of Anaheim. So like the idea of something like an antagonist.
Is it a fucking Anaheim? It's a fucking Anaheim show.
So like the idea
it
of
all
like
goes back to Anaheim.
yeah. So I do find that an interesting idea. Like your antagonistic force is just like an antagonistic Anaheim at the end of the day. I find that interesting. I think I don't know. So I've heard that some people think that the show's not going to last like that forever, and I think teasing early on that like that little your typical kind of racism between we space noids are better than you Earth noids. Fuck you. Those space
I think it's
noids.
gonna get I think it's gonna be the first season is gonna be like school drama, and then the second season is gonna be like the classic war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna guess, if this is gonna be it's gonna share a similar format to Fire Emblem Three Houses, where the first half of the game is all about school life, but also with a rising tension of a conspiracy going on. And then at the end of the first half is before the end of the first half is the conspiracy gets revealed and one of the factions turns out to be like the big bad, and then a conflict happens in the middle, a big massive conflict that is like climactic in its own end, and then a time skip.
I think actually another thing I think might be a thing if this show is gonna I think it would be interesting if the show actually decide to stick with the whole corporate thing, and maybe the whole like space versus Earth conflict comes to be more like something of like a corporate decision. Like let's say so
Earth and its subsidiaries are shit, so we're just gonna purge them. All in favor. Like
maybe the Benerit group. Maybe the Benerit group is like all the mobile suit stuff in space, and then maybe like Earth is gonna roll out their their own Anaheim to fucking compete with the Benerit group, and then so it's like it's more of a corporate conflict. We Earth noids are better produce better mobile suits than you fucking space noids. It's oh no, go ahead.
Ends up in a fucking cyberpunk corporate war.
Cyberpunk corporate war. You're fighting for corporations.
Mm-hmm. Because there is this there is this obvious conflict brewing, mm-hmm. And it also is interesting because and it's intentional, but we don't know what our military forces are. We haven't been acquainted with the military branch of Earth, or if there's any sort of kingdoms within space.
Maybe when we get introduced to Earth's military, it's like the conflict is like a hostile takeover. We don't trust you, Benerit space noids, So you're I don't know, maybe you're colluding with a terrorist group or something. So we're gonna hostily take over all your assets and stuff. It's an idea.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. To be honest, I am a bit fearful, because I am excited, mm-hmm. because we are getting this fresh direction of this faction, where like I sort of said before, like not since like Gundam X have we sort of started a Gundam show in a relative time of peace. And it's like, like a lot of Gundam shows, it's like, we're in the middle of a war, or we are seconds away from the powder cake exploding. So it's like,
I mean, wasn't IBO also post-war?
Sort of.
Post-apocalypse.
Like
Isn't
the
episode of the only time I saw the episode, it seemed to be more like it's like the Middle East, where conflict is always common.
Something like that. That is why the whole like thing with IBO, like there's like private militaries and all that. So
yeah, like because with IBO is like there's a civil war happening every millisecond on Mars. So it's like that's why you have like Gallowhorn and
Tekkadan.
Yeah, Tekkadan.
I just need to duck out for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
But I think one of my fears is like with a writer who is relatively new. As I've often said before, the Gundam for long and forever has kind of just been this strange family dynamic where if you had your roots within Sunrise, you're bound to work on a Gundam project. When you work on a Gundam project, you are bound to work in different fields on a Gundam project. So it's
wasn't Code Geass Sunrise?
Yeah, but because Sunrise and Bandai owns a lot of these mecha properties, but what I'm just trying, what I'm saying here is it's like it wouldn't be surprising to see like the character animator for like this show later down the line becomes like a director, because it's that idea of you know the ins and outs of this series like the back of your hand, so you are leading the next generation into this
new era, I guess, of Gundam.
And in this new era of Gundam, and so this writer who has written for Code Geass, I kind of feel as if my one fear is how the villains are going to be portrayed in this series. Because a Gundam staple, it's a Gundam staple, and it's one that I love far more. It's why like Gundam to me is that number one mecha franchise in my eye. It cannot be surpassed. It can try to be surpassed by something else, but in my eyes, it can't be surpassed by something else. Is because Gundam understands the idea that your antagonist is worth just as much as your protagonist. Like Tomino's whole vision when he was creating the show was that he wanted the Zaku to have just as much of a center stage as the Federation, because essentially this was not in his mind, this wasn't a story of valiant heroes against dastardly villains. This was a story of people being forced to fight in a war because their leaders tell them that it is a just war. Whether or not they believe such a thing is up to them. But it's like, like there's this, there's this beautiful, I guess beautiful is a word. Like there's a tragic element to a lot of Xeon, where they've committed a lot of evil. They're very evil with sort of the atrocities they committed, but you have this sense of, from the people themselves, is they believe that they are fighting for a righteous cause. You can probably disagree with me.
I mean, it's not like Federation. It's not like the Federation, didn't have their fair share of atrocities either. Like.
All right. I'm
Okay.
sorry to cut in, but it's like.
All right.
Yeah.
I know.
We hit the hour mark.
I understand. But okay. So, but we kind of got carried away. But like at the end of the day, though, oh no, go ahead.
Kinda.
All right.
Like
all
Chinggis. Next time, why don't you remember? Don't put a Gundam topic at the beginning because you know you're gonna spend.
All right.
5 hours.
Well, we did spend 5 hours still.
Yeah, because we cut in.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I need to sleep.
All right. I get it. Okay. All right then. Long story short. All right. I'll cut it here. Then. Long story short. I'm looking forward to watching more Gundam Wish from Mercury. We're only 2 episodes in. 3 if you're in Japan by probably, I don't know, a bit later today. But then overall, it's a lot of speculation. Hopefully things go well. And space lesbians are maybe a thing. Maybe not. We're only 2 episodes in. There could be space lesbians. But so far, it's too early to tell. Alright, there we go. That's how we ended. My god, these space bitches are lesbians. Good for them.
Also, I'm actually looking at your notes, Chinggis, about what each of the topics. The next topic is still expressed.
Oh, I didn't change that? Damn it. Oh. My bad.
So now when you get to Chinggis' next topics, you have to now connect this somehow to Transformers.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
My bad. Okay, so what's
I can actually connect it to Transformers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so all right. So with the space lesbians done, we could move on to the Western side of entertainment. All right. So we're moving on from animation to comics. The indie comic scene, actually.
Yeah. I would say one of the best, like definitely top 3 of the Comicscape books. So Dr. Alpha, the whole premise is a story about a villain who has to work with the heroes to stop another villain.
All right.
It's like that type of story, but it's written in the style. So when you read this comic, so this comic was made by S.A. Rivera, but he goes by Literature Devil. And
Literature Devil. I haven't.
I'm pretty sure you have this comic.
I think maybe, I don't know. I stopped watching Literature Devil like a long time ago, so I don't know. Maybe I have it. I have to go check afterwards.
Yeah. So the and as opposed to a lot of Comicscape books, you can actually get a Kindle version.
Really? It's on Kindle?
Yep.
Oh.
And it's another funny thing. If you get Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free.
Wait, hold on. Let me look this up actually real quick.
I got the link.
Oh, you do? Oh, because I was gonna have to go back onto Indiegogo again. I was like, oh shit, there it is. It's on Amazon. It's for free. But if it's Kindle Unlimited, otherwise.
Yeah, that's my joke. That's what I said, Genghis.
$15 for digital?
Yeah, because you know how many pages that comic is?
Okay, fair enough.
It's like over. It's actually like the longer books.
Cause usually like digital books are like around like 10 or less. So yeah. So seeing $15 for digital, that's okay.
It's actually a chunky one. It's like over probably near 100 at least.
Okay. Maybe
slightly over, but so what you get in the book, you got the main story, which is like the main chunk of the book, and then it has a side story that he made for the Christmas season during production about another hero named Lady Midnight, and then a story about Dr. Alpha's college days, where he basically meets the main bad guy, the Wolvion, the Martian mad genius. In that one. So I will say this: the comic is good, as I stated, but there are some problems. So one, you clearly can tell that it's a writer like a writer who's used to writing in prose, transitioning into a comic book.
Okay.
A bit, but what he manages to edit it away so that most of the time when you're reading pages, you're always getting like a good twist at every page turn. Like a Thoreau novel, where or like a pulp, which was his main inspirations as a writer. And then you can tell also that it has a lot of stuff that was in response to modern comic books in terms of the way some of the more humorous moments or like the overall attitude of Doc Alpha.
Okay.
A bit in the way he interacts sometimes. It interacts in like there's a comment at the beginning. It's like, is it with he talks to basically his son, who is the hero Glorious. And basically he brought Dr. Alpha in because 100 kids, lots of kids who were related to superheroes, including Glorious's son, needs rescuing from this mad scientist. And so Glorious revealed that he is the son of Dr. Alpha to the Crusaders, which is basically the Justice League. And they are bringing in Dr. Alpha, and Dr. Alpha is like, was she a superhero? Yes. Don't tell me it's the fat one. No, it's not. Good. I do not want to have my son, go below himself by doing it with a fat superhero. Like it's as explicitly, he is definitely does well if like he's a villain character, because he's just a straight up asshole. All the time. Like he does not care of what he says. Like he literally, his outfit is a red like scientist coat with black gloves and a t-shirt underneath saying, "Ask me about my evil agenda."
Okay.
And so also there were some jokes that he tended to write that was going down the ground. Mainly, the main joke was a character swears and then language. That was like frequently throughout the book on that, and that was getting a little bit repetitive. It's like, okay, it's the same thing. You didn't need to write that.
Okay.
But But what makes this story interesting and good is that it explored Dr. Alpha's character. It's like, yes, he's a total asshole, and he is, spoiler, he is the cause of this whole incident.
Oh.
And, like, he is the one who basically, I was the man responsible to bring back Mulvion in the back and have a situation where you need me to defeat him.
He was pulling the strings all along.
Yeah, and then Mulvion backstabbed him. He thought he had him under control. It's like, oh, nope, no, you didn't. So it's just frequent twists. And which I like. It's that it definitely feels like a pulp story where there's always twisting. The story always changes direction, where the overall projection is makes sense, but it's just like, complications keeps coming up in reversals, and so it feels a bit more like a battle going on.
Okay.
And like there's not a lot of physical conflict with Dr. Alpha, because the way he sets him up and the characters is that they're pretty strong, and not a lot of them actually die, except for the 99 children. Onigori's son did not die. So you actually see all the other kids get dissolved. So in this comic, in terms of the tone of the story, it's definitely more inspired by the British invasion writers.
Huh.
So think of Watchmen, Invincible, and Frank Miller, but leaned more towards the Invincible and Frank Miller side.
Okay.
So it's like the heroes are allowed to be humans and have moments of weakness, but they're not gonna be total. They're not the boys.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. Like they are still gonna it's clear the story made dedicated. It's like, look, these are not like other British writer heroes where they're gonna do questionable things because of the situation is so dark and dour. No, they're still gonna be doing the heroic thing, but they are gonna suffer because of it. Like, and he exemplified it by the character White Knight, who is essentially his gimmick. He's like Captain America, where his power comes from a sword.
White Knight.
Yeah, and you find out as a twist of the story, his son was one of the victims, and it was used to power a monster.
His name is White Knight. That's funny.
Yeah.
All I could think about is that one cyanide happening.
Exactly. White Knight!
We were supposed to arrest those black people. Not leave a name.
Like there's a character named Crusader Sentai who's just a Sentai hero.
Oh, fun. Also, nigga.
Like he's more of like a cameo hero, because apparently I think he was one of the tiers of his campaign was you make your own hero, and he's in the book, and I think that's one of them.
Oh.
He's one of them. So he gets like a minor role where he drives a ship, gets taken out of the plot for a bit, thought to be dead, but then turns out he's not dead. But he does a lot of Sentai poses.
Also,
so
Nick,
that's like his main joke.
Also, real quick, Nick, just to play back off of you, dude. That's racist. Flies away with a fucking burning cross attached to his back.
With the cape, which is a fucking Confederate flag. White flight! White flight!
Okay. All right. Back on track. The main story, the story is a sense, in terms of thematics, is about fatherhood, which is surprising. That was like the surprising thing. It's like a comic about a supervillain, right, as your main protagonist. and it's a story about him. It's a story about fatherhood, about him, despite all of his evilness and desire to get rid of that part because he's like a complete nihilist. Yes, he puts in the effort to be a nihilist.
Oh, that must be exhausting.
Apparently not to him. It's more exhausting to be a decent dad and grandfather. And so there's this one moment where Glorious sacrifices himself. That was very touching, and unfortunately, it was right before the actual finale. So, in my opinion, it wasn't as strong because then the next beat it becomes more of the physical conflict between Dr. Alpha and the Martian Mulvian. And even though they build up at that moment that they were friends in college, I didn't feel like in terms of thematic or like storytelling conflict that it was like a big payoff, and thus making him overcoming felt a bit more like a point on a Mary Sue scale. Where it's supposed to be is like, oh, he, because of his grandson is a miracle child because of various other spoilers that I don't want to go into as much. He takes that 1% chance of a miracle happening to defeat the main bad guy, and it does. Because Dr. Alpha is actually like super smart. That's like they kind of hyped up is that he's one of the smartest men in that universe. Especially when you read the college comic. So I didn't feel like that was worth it, and then it wraps up nicely afterwards with some more context about the final decision, the final fate of his grandson because Glorious is dead. And yeah, in terms of story, that's it in the story. It's that decent length of pacing where, yeah, there are some slow moments to it. But it's enough to build some character into the various characters as like an introduction to the world. And there may be some moments where I feel like I wanted to be more focused on the developing between the main theme about fatherhood, as opposed to setting up a bit more about the world or the situation. That goes in like trying to set up the next obstacle for our heroes and villain to surpass.
Okay.
And then artwork. So the artwork is interesting. I like it, and I like the way that he did the colors. There are some panels that was a little bit off, but that's just like more of a stylized thing on that. There was no like places where I felt like, this is like too bland, or like the characters are on proportion or anything, until you read some of the extra bonus content. Because most of those bonus content was made during the campaign in response to certain events in the internet drama. Internet drama of Comicsgate at the time. So, like, there's one about a blue whale, and there, at that point, the art is more inconsistent and more relying on contextual clues. Because it's like current cultural reference at the time. Like there was one of the more famous is where he captures 3 heroes of like this special like progressive superhero group and demands the rights to Star Wars. And otherwise, Joe the Tiger, is hungry. And the characters were basically Array, Doctor Who at the time, and Captain Marvel. But they have paper bags over them just to do it, sack off bags, and they have like a dialogue that makes fun of them at the time. So.
Okay.
So that back part is like, I think the least. It's just the bonus.
Oh.
It's just more of like, these were made during the campaign, and it was promised during as to be part of the main book, and it does detract some points because it ruins timelessness of the book.
Okay, I understand trying to use internet drama to as a to pretty much create attention around your book, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it at the end of the day. That's just me. I just don't really care about that stuff. Like that's really one reason why I don't really pay attention to the whole indie comic scene anymore, because just so much shit going around. It's like I don't really care about that. Just make a book. Just make a book.
Yeah. And so luckily, here's a fun thing, and one of the reasons I did it for today, decided to reveal it, is because he is making another Dr. Alpha book.
Okay.
And it just launched today. Yep.
Do you have a link?
I just put it in the streaming backroom. Dr. Alpha, Dead Man's Lullaby, Volume 1. It's going to be a 2-part story. Preston Acevedo is going to do the art.
Okay. Let me take a look-see here. I'll show the chat as well. Alright, here we go, chat. Let's take a look-see at this. Okay, Dr. Alpha, Dead Man's Lullaby, number 1.
And so...
Okay, that's a look.
So when he did an update, he talked about that definitely people talk...
Just... Oh, never mind. He sleeps naked. Alright.
Yeah, so... he did mention on an update from people who backed the first one, that about how he worked on trying to improve his writing.
Okay.
Which is, for me, is always a good credit. That, hey, you work on improving your craft rather than trying to stagnate.
This is a prequel. Huh.
Yes, it is. So his goal for this story is to introduce the world of Dr. Alpha.
Okay.
And to go more into why he is a villain.
Huh.
Like, Miracle Child is like, Dr. Alpha is already a full-on villain. He has done absolutely terrible things, which is another interesting thing he decided to do as a creative decision. Anything that happened in promotional art is canon.
Huh.
What Dr. Alpha did. So one of the most things you see in the advertisements is him doing the killing joke with a camera, and then a nuke goes into the background.
You have a image of him taking candy from babies.
I bet he did that at some point.
Okay, so here are your stretch goals. So 100k, you get extra story, and then everything else is just up in the air at the moment. But if this reaches 100k, you get an extra story. Okay.
Yeah, I just showed a part of the promotional image of Dr. Alpha.
Right.
Like the famous one.
Right. Which is the thumbnail I chose for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one is like, oh yeah, that happened. He did nuke a town and took a photo of it, and like he did sleep with a War Maiden, which is a female superhero. Like he did all that. Which is, I think it's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, in canon, yeah, he did. This happened, not just like, oh, random.
Okay, so...
It's random.
Oh, wow. This is even more expensive for digital. Now it's 20 instead of 15.
Well, that's typical. So for Dead Man's Lullaby, that's typical for crowdfunding, specifically.
Really? 20 for digital?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna look up Serena's campaign real quick. Let me see how much she charged for digital. By the way, go check out our girl Serena's book. Go check out our girl Serena, Black Rhapsody. Yes, I'm shilling for her. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Okay, so let me look at Serena. Okay, so she has $10 for digital, but then here.
Oh, what's her main book? Her main book is 15. It's always like $5 less than the.
Right, but the digital is 10. I'm just comparing. I'm just comparing digital copies.
And also, it's like the page count. It's 70, as opposed to Serena's has less of a page count.
35 plus. Okay. I'm just noting the price. That's all. So 25 for a physical. And then 50 for a physical book that's signed, plus an art print, and then for a hardcover plus an art print plus digital, that's 80, and then 100 you get a signed comic plus a print plus a T-shirt, and then the biggest
please ask me about my evil agenda.
And then the biggest thing is 150 for everything. For everything. Okay. Okay, so it just launched today?
Yep.
Alright. Let me update this.
I think it's gonna make its goal.
Well, I mean, he has it set for 60 days, so that's 2 months right there. So 22% in, 1 day. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Alright,
But I will say, so that's a Dead Man's Lullaby. I would still say Dr. Alpha is still worth reading. And like the main Miracle Child is still worth reading, and it's very enjoyable. It's like an enjoyable read, and it is in itself is also good at introducing to the characters of the world and understand a bit more. Like there's a bit more than just than Dr. Alpha just being an asshole all the time.
Okay, here's interesting. So apparently in the FAQ, you can get the first book as an add-on to this campaign. Oh, okay. I'm assuming it's like a link he sends for like an email. Like
yeah.
I'm on the East Coast too, so I want to get a.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's it for me. So
okay.
I'm gonna head to bed, and
yeah.
All right.
Not want to stick it. Not want to stick around for mine.
I need to go to bed. I have to get up early.
Pop. Kettle. I gotta go sleep too, man. Same time.
All right.
No, yeah, but I gotta work early. I work tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so
see ya.
Have a good night.
All right, have a good night, Ninjato.
Night, man.
All right. Well, okay. In that case, let's keep moving forward then. All right. Wait, hold on. I'm kind of covering your title here. Let me move down. Okay. So, Mastic, what is this? What is the Malazan?
Malazan or Malazan, as he it's technically the correct pronunciation, but I've just said it's Malazan.
Okay.
Is how do I hate using this description, but it's the Dark Souls of fantasy books.
Okay.
I'll get into
what's wrong with that description, though?
We'll get to it later, but
okay.
I'll just do the backstory first. Malazan is made of 10 core books, authored by Steven Erikson. See, back in the day, Steven Erikson and his and another guy called Ian Elsamont were in a college.
Okay.
And what?
No, I didn't know you had a PowerPoint, so I just had to pull it up for people to see. Yeah, there we go.
Got that fucking moon spawn right there.
Ah.
Yeah, but and they like to do a thing. They like to do pen and paper RPGs. They didn't do Dungeons and Dragons. They thought it was too limiting, but instead they did groups, and they at a group system. They created the gamed the backstory of Malazan, the world.
Okay.
Eventually, they decided to do what essentially was the gamed version of the first book and decided to make a script out of it. It floated around for several years before Steven Erikson decided to make a book out of it. And eventually he decided to make a series out of it. 9 books, but the last book became too long, so they split it up into 10 books.
Okay.
We got Gardens of the Moon, Dead House Gates, Memories of Ice, House of Chains, The Midnight Tides, The Bone Hunters, Reaper's Gale, Toll the Hounds, Dust of Dreams, and The Crippled God.
The Crippled God?
Yeah.
Alright.
Here's another set of covers for it.
Okay.
Garden of the Moon, Dead House Gates, Memories of Life, House of Chains, Midnight Tides, The Bone Hunters, Reaper's Gale, Toll the Hounds, and then Dust of Dreams. And then they don't really have many covers for the Crippled God. But Malazan is a giant world filled. It's mainly about the Malazan Empire. There's not really one protagonist, but it is about the Malazan Empire and its internal politics and its external events. Most of the books has around 3 arcs, eventually converging, but I'm gonna skip towards the 3 arcs. Are like the first The first one starts off with the Malazan invading a city-state called Daruchistan on the continent of Genebakis.
Okay.
The second arc is on a completely different continent with a completely new set of characters.
All right.
It takes place on the Seven Cities continent, where they're trying to keep hold of the continent that they just conquered. And the third one goes into a completely new continent with a completely new set of characters. And you're dealing with the Kingdom of Lether. They're dealing with the T-Sti Eater tribes up in the north. Malazan has it has wars, it has active. It's kind of like it's kind of like, from what I've heard it described, it's like Dune combined with the Black Company.
Ooh.
Combined with the Iliad, which I think from what I know of the Iliad and Dune, which I've know the story of those two, and I know of Black Company. And that's pretty accurate. It has a lot of military. It has a lot of military stuff. It has dinosaurs. It has dragons. It has ancient races. It has a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has fucking dinosaurs with sword arms, and they're a faction and they fight people. This is just cool.
You got me sold on comparing it to Dune. So.
Yeah, it's you have fucking ninjas. You have space. Basically, what are space marines out of armor?
Oh, okay.
You have flying mountains. You have a lot of soft magic that you kind of got a roll fit, which is kind of basically the series. You got wizards, you got witches, you got a whole bunch of other stuff. Here's some of your races. You got your skeletons, the T-line IMAS. You got your standard human. You got your Trell. You got some of your human-like species. The Moranth, which that's an armor. He doesn't actually have a bug head.
Oh.
You got like the Bargas, the fucking Forkul, Asali, Asala. I fucking never learned that. I never learned how to pronounce that word. The Tisti peoples, the Jag Hut, the Ice Jag Hut, the Toblakai, and then the fucking dinosaurs.
Just dinosaurs.
They're just straight up dinosaurs.
They're just dinosaurs. That's amazing.
Here's some other versions of the covers. It's some of the more darker fantasies out there, but I wouldn't say it's grimdark, though it's really fucking dark moments. Oh man.
Oh, okay.
But it's also very it's also the reason why I compare it to Dark Souls. It's dark, but it isn't bleak. And it's really fucking hard to get into. The first book feels like the last book of a series. Okay. Where you're kind of just thrown into the deep end, and you're expected to just roll with the waves, and you'll just kind of get used to it over time. Which I definitely recommend. If you're willing to get into Malazan, I'd say. Here's a rule I just happen to have in general. If it's 8 or more books, I'd recommend reading the first 3 books. And if you don't like if the first 3 books don't land with you, and it's just kind of mid, then I'm just gonna drop the series. But if it's good, then I'll continue on. But I have a 3-book rule. The Gardens of the Moon and and the first half of Dead House Gates throughout those stuff you probably have no idea what's going on a lot of the time, because again you're kind of thrown into the middle of things. It's a very difficult series to get into. You're having all the it's like Dune but on steroids. You're having all these characters that you barely know, and you're just thrown into, and you're expected to
just know them,
not know them, but deal with it that you don't know them, and that you'll just you'll pick up things over time. You got a lot of things that will just be mentioned, but you won't be explained until books later. What else? You're gonna have a lot of magic. You want to understand what's happening. A lot of the political conflicts and intra-character conflicts. You'll have no idea what's happening, but eventually, you'll pick up things, and you'll have things eventually explained to you. And then by the end of book 3, you get a little bit of knowledge each book of what's going on, and you kind of just have to roll with things. You kind of just got to go with the flow. Don't try to dissect everything. You're just gonna You're gonna be in a losing battle at that point. What else? It is one of it, and it's a lot. It's while it has a lot of physical stuff, it's also very much about its themes. It's a bit spoilery that I say this, but compassion is a big theme. Witnessing, empathy, that kind of thing throughout the whole series, which is why I decline to say it's a grimdark, though it's very close.
Okay.
But Malazan has 10 major books, and the 10 core books, along with the tales of the Malazan Empire, which are highlighted in red here, which are written by Ian Esselmont.
Okay.
You also have the Bauschilane and Corbel Broach short stories volumes, which are shown in green. Also right here, you got the Tales from the Malazan Empire. You have the prequels, which is the Path to Ascendancy, which is written by Ian Esselmont, and the Carcanus trilogy, which is written by Steven Erikson. You also have the sequel trilogy, the Witness trilogy, which is made by Ian Esselmont. You got here with your giant muscle girl. I think comments comments starting to like this. But I'd recommend reading the first 10 books, at least in your first read through. If you're gonna read it, the first 10 books, then the tales from the Malazan Empire, and then everything else in whatever order you want to.
Okay.
But Malazan it's a very difficult series to get into, but it is worth reading because it has such great highs, such great characters, great settings, great themes, great plots. And it's I'm just really enjoying it. I really enjoyed it. I'd say it's worth the wait. I just read the third Tales from the Malazan Empire book, Stone Wielder, and that was fantastic. Again, it is a masterpiece, and if you're a bit of a book junkie, I'd recommend at least reading the first 3 books. Memories of Ice is fantastic. I'd say the best book is between Memories of Ice and The Crippled God, though my favorite is The Bone Hunters.
The Bone Hunters.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
And that is Malazan.
That's Malazan.
Again, I just finished Stone Wielder yesterday, so I'm all hyped. I'm all hyped about that. Hyped on that.
All right. Okay. Then.
Also, one good thing is that it's the core 2 of the Malazan series are finished. The core books and the Tales from the Malazan Empire books. So you're not gonna be like waiting for fat ass George R.R. Martin to take 2 decades to finish a fucking book.
Well, don't worry, Matchstick. The dragons will come. You just gotta deal with some bit more floppy wieners.
Yeah. Malazan will scratch that itch for in a sense for Game of Thrones fans.
Okay.
Yeah. And another good thing, Ian Esselmont and Steve Erikson, they're no slouches for writing speed. They put out a lot. They're no Brandon Sanderson, but they put out a book like every few years.
Okay.
Steven Erikson put out one this year. The God is Not Willing. And I know in August he just finished the first chapter of The last book in the Carcanus trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody have any questions about it?
No, everything seems straightforward.
Anybody else? I'll take that silence as a no.
No.
So what? What?
Oh no, I said no.
Okay. Well, what else do we got?
Well.
Next person is
Mr. Comet. So that's it for book talk. So now we're getting to video game talk. Mr. Comet's doing a Command and Conquer, where the main villain is unfortunately not Jordan Peterson. Much to my dismay, the internet lied to me.
Yeah.
What?
There was a meme going on where they put Jordan Peterson's a bunch of Jordan Peterson clips as villain talk in edits for Command and Conquer.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Okay, I'll just show master. Let's see. Which one should we show?
I'm looking it up right now.
I think it'll be just Command and Conquer.
It does feel like that.
Where they strung all his words together.
Go ahead.
I hate to do this, but I have to leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, no.
All right. Does this mean that we're postponing your topic to next week?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine, man. All right. Have a good night, Not.
I'm gonna head out myself. It's getting late over here.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, Mastic. All right. So I guess since it's getting late on your end, Comet, let's try to power through this. Okay. So what exactly is Command and Conquer?
Oh, it's the RTS.
It's all your fault, Changus.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got carried away. All right, but let's power through this. All right. So what exactly is Command and Conquer, Comet?
It's the RTS.
And what exactly is that to people who don't know?
Real-time strategy. You build your little base, you micromanage your resources, you build your army, and you send them out to die.
All right. So, what's so special about Command and Conquer?
Well, Command & Conquer 3 is probably a long-running, it's a long-running series by EA since, the 90s. And we'll make Command.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, let's not ask about Command & Conquer 4.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the latest thing it got now is some mobile game and something from China.
Ah.
Yeah, EA screwed them over hard.
But
but this game.
Oh, go ahead.
One thing interesting about this game that in the past you have kind of choose your ending. Each faction had a different ending of something. But in this one, all the endings are canon.
Ah. Everything's canon. Okay.
It's more like, while you're doing this, and then while this faction was doing this, this other faction was doing that, sort of thing. And in Command Conquer 3 introduced a new faction. Okay, let's discuss the faction. They're basically in this world, a meteorite called Tibilla, this parasitic mineral lands on Earth, and it spreads.
Oh.
This material is called Tiberium. Turns out, it produces excellent energy.
Ah.
Now, the thing about Tiberium is if you breathe in the dust, Your insides become Tiberium. Your body becomes Tiberium. Now, if you're lucky or / unlucky, you become a mutant.
Huh. Interesting.
You get stronger from Tiberium, heal from Tiberium. But you still die from Tiberium, just at a slower pace.
Ah. Okay.
You get superpowers, you still die from Tiberium, but you just won't die immediately.
Alright.
So yes, this stuff like that spread to a point where like the United Nations formed a global defense initiative to combat this stuff.
Okay.
And in the process, as Tiberium spread, there's these things called yellow zones, which are like it's full of Tiberium, but it's livable.
Livable question mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Red zone is like completely taken over by Tiberium. No way you can live there. And blue zones are free of Tiberium, protected by... Tiberium is weak to sonic. Certain sound frequency, so it's like protected by this like sonic sound barrier thing. Wall. So blue zones are completely free of Tiberium. Now these yellow zones are like the third world countries.
Oh.
Blue zones is like first world. And in these yellow zones, there's this organization this terror they know as the Brotherhood of Nod, led by... They were so charismatic. But I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, give me a second.
Led by the ever so charismatic Kane.
Okay.
We don't know where you come from.
Okay. There we go. There's the tabs.
We don't know where you come from. But we do know he lived for a very, very long time.
Oh, okay.
Very, very long time.
Oh, he's just slowly becoming more robotic.
Well, that what happened when he took an ion cannon to the
1800
face.
BC? So this guy's been here since like ancient times?
Yes. He also might have committed the first murder.
Huh. Sorry,
That's
Kane. The Bibble was wrong. This guy committed the first murder.
His name is Kane.
Oh. Well, so Kane from the Bibble just decided to just keep living on and become this guy?
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
Huh. Okay.
Now the Brotherhood Nod whole thing is they worship. He's a cult leader pretty much. They worship Tiberium. They'll bring about the next step of evolution. And the thing about Brotherhood Nod, they do all this like experimentation and fanaticism. While GDI, they always fight GDI because GDI don't want to destroy Tiberium. They want to preserve it. Now, both these factions have unique playstyle. While GDI is more like, typical military, like heavy armor, standards, standard equipment, easy to repair, mass produce, and have like, the basic grunt are more expensive, take long, but are better overall. Nod is more like subterfuge, experimental technologies, like flame tanks, genetic engineering, cyborgisms, cyborg technology, injecting Tiberium enhancement, like injecting, guys with Tiberium, they enhance them and such. And fanatics.
Lovely.
And their troops are like cheaper. You can like make a whole bunch of them for cheap and less production time, but they're not as good as GDI troops. They were good in the past, but not now because they're kind of shadowed themselves. But I also point out the Nod faction also have suicide bombers.
Oh.
As one of their infantry. No, it's the Fanatics.
Okay.
Now, Command and Conquer. Now, like I said, there's 2 games. The DLC, there's Command and Conquer 3, and then the DLC, King's Wrath. Now, the overall story of Command and Conquer in Command and Conquer 3 is Nod suddenly start coming back after the Second Tiberian War, which GDI thought they got rid of Nod, but when GDI got complacent, Nod attacks, got rid of most of their leadership, the initiative leadership, replacing them with a politician named the Treasury named Director Boyle. And another thing about these Command and Conquer games, they get celebrities on and such. And Director Boyle is played by. Hold on.
Alright.
It's played by.
It's Google time. We're looking up. Director Boyle, Command and Conquer.
It's playing.
Hey, Billy D. Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
And another character, the guy who assists you, your superior, is played by, he played, Darkseid in Superman, in the 90s Superman cartoon.
Oh.
Trying to remember.
Wait, in the Superman cartoon?
Yeah.
Was it Michael Ironside?
Yes.
Okay.
Michael Ironside, and then also fun fact, James Carano was in Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3. So yeah, they had celebrities. And I really like they got real newscasters, new anchormen and such to do the news segments of the cutscenes. But yeah, in this game, like I said, they got Director Boyle, which is all part of Kane's plan. You see, Kane plays 3D, 4D chess. You know, his plan was to get rid of all the competent leadership and replace it with the treasury guy who cares more about getting votes and stuff. All part of the plan to get him essentially it was part of the plan to have blow up their sacred temple, which is on top of liquid tiberium, which is called a massive explosion, was sent out, which sends a alerted the Dirge faction, the Scream, which is Kane described it as an addiction masquerading as species. They need tiberium. They literally seeded planets, and when the tiberium take over the planet and get rid of the engines of life, they come in and farm it. So they pretty much just they like the planet tiberium on Earth. Essentially, they were using Earth as a farming land.
Fun.
Yes, tiberium powered their weapons. It feeds them and such and such. And pretty much in this game, at the end of this game, you've successfully, as GDI, you successfully defeated Screen. He destroyed all these towers that they used to transport things in, except for one because it was completed. Once it's completed, it's impenetrable by modern weaponry on Earth.
Oh, okay.
I know Kane got great plans for this tower, and also it goes on shows that what the Screen fought was an equivalent of a mining operation.
Oh.
And GDI and I got their butts kicked by them. But not butts kicked, but like having very, very tough with them. And these were like the equivalent of that corporation in Avatar.
Which corporation?
I've got the mining corporation. No. Essentially,
I
wasn't
know
their
what I know what
military.
you're talking about, though.
Yeah, essentially, it wasn't their military. It literally equipped a bunch of miners and some bodyguards. Now the screen operate with air superiority. They take over the skies. Their fighters have like the best air units, and they take over the skies and let the troops mop up.
All right.
Yeah, like let's see. Here's the global defense. And for the globe now for the faction units, they have like the GDI trooper, the commando, who is not also Sino. The commando, zone troopers. Okay, let's see. See. Crap, that's it. Well, at least it's on Kane's raft, but zone troopers, mammoth tanks, and yeah. And the GDI simple.
Okay.
Now for Kane's raft, it's so assessed between Command Conquer 2 and 3. Shows how Kane came back, and he plays as his AI he created named Legion.
Oh, the Cacasti.
Which was like a replacement for Cabal after his little rebellion. And this case, you play Legion and you help Kane rebuild the Brotherhood and get all the factions back together after they thought he dead and cause a power struggle. And he's slowly over time, and it shows all the things that have been happening behind the scenes that lead up to Command and Conquer 3, and shows all the events that caused the events of Command and Conquer 3. And revealed that it was Kane's plan to put Boyle in charge.
He was pulling the strings all along.
Yes.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
And his plan is essentially to get this like alien artifact to Tactus and merge with Legion. And also it was his plan to bring the screen to Earth. For his own purposes, something about Tiberium. But it didn't go plan. Now Command and Conquer
seas are a precious
Sorry. In Command and Conquer 3, Command and Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, they introduced sub-factions.
Oh, fun.
We have now for GDI we have the Steel Talons.
Okay.
Their whole thing is like adaptability and heavy armor. So they don't have the same amount. Can't use the same certain infantries that faction can use, but they get to use mechs like unique walkers like the Titan.
Oh, fair. They get mech suits.
Well, not mech suits, more like walkers. Or like Tiberium. I hear that. We get the Titan.
Okay.
Which also all Jedi tanks and such can be upgraded with railguns. And we get the Wolverine.
Oh, okay. All right.
And also their engineers can defend themselves with a combat pistol, but it's more like, killing other engineers and won't do well against infantry. They also like repair, capable APCs, harvesters which collect the Tiberium, bring them back to the base. That can be garrisonable. Essentially, you can put up any infantry in there. And usually they have machine guns, but they have like an extra barracks instead. Which you can put infantry in there, like you can put a rocket squad, a rifleman squad, and such. And the armored troop carriers, the APCs, instead of having a machine gun, they have like a repair thing. So you can use it to repair your vehicles. Then we have ZOCOM, Zone Operations Command, which is sort of like is the high-tech unit with entrusted with commanding Tiberium. So they use sonic weapons and such. They use zone troopers. Well, they all use zone troopers, but zone troopers are like the main thing and get better upgrades. Now, zone troopers are like their whole job is going to Tiberium zone, so they wear these like heavy power armor suits. And you can see right here. And you can like see right here, you know, zone troopers. Oh, fun fact. Earlier, the initial concept was that they didn't have their head were exposed, but then it's pointing out how stupid it was to have their heads exposed in an area filled. They put it going to Tiberium, had the head exposed in an area filled with crystal. They can turn anything into itself upon contact. So they covered it up. You have your zone troopers armed with rail rifles, rail guns. And zone coms we have the zone raiders.
Okay.
It's like a lighter variant of the zone trooper with like sonic grenades and such, causing zone splash damage.
Okay.
You know, they go in, get out, and they go into like the heavy infested area, heavy contaminated areas.
Okay.
But they don't have juggernaut walkers, and no railgun. They don't get the railgun upgrades. Now for Nod, we have the Black Hand, which is like the elite warrior priest. Now they're like shock trooper type infantry, more like GDI. Now due to their warrior nature, they don't have any stealth capabilities.
Okay.
But they have better. But you get better flame stuff.
All right.
And you get. And the Black Hand. You know, here's a Black Hand Flame Troop.
Okay. Ooh.
But then we have the Mark of Cain, which you get later in the story. Okay, so Cain was like, okay, my troops keep failing. What is the problem? Their humanity.
They gotta return to humanity, Jojo.
So they created, we'll take all the dead bodies and turn cyborgs.
That's a brilliant idea.
So he created the So this faction contains the Awakened, the Enlightened, and Tiberium troops.
Alright.
We have the Awakened. And this faction has a special ability where, like, you can go to an ally faction's dead bodies and use resurrection and make more cyborg troops out of those dead bodies. You know, here's a awakened troop. And then we have the Enlightened, which is like their elite support, their elite troopers. And we have the Tiberium trooper, which kind of replaced the Black Hand Flamethrower flame troops.
Okay.
Now, each and then for the screen, we have Reapers 17, which is like their heavy shock. Their whole thing is like, let's keep pounding and fighting and stuff.
Okay.
and they lack the mind control abilities and some air units that the others have. Reaper 17 essentially is very brutal. And so, yeah, they're like the attack faction, sub-faction of the screen. Now, Traveler 59 is more like focused on speed, teleportation, and mind control. It features the cultists, which essentially they take humans and, chop the skull and attach a prodigy on top.
Okay.
Like so.
Oh, fun. How many more factions are there?
Oh, almost.
I'm just wondering, because oh my goodness, these are a lot of factions.
Well, there's 3 main factions, 2, 4, 6 sub factions. That's all sub factions. Now, like I said, these sub factions each have their own units, have their own unique units. And so it's for example, replacing the militia of Nod in the Black Hand, replacing the militia squads is the much more trained and powerful Confessor squads.
Okay.
They're priests with guns.
Oh, fun.
The Confessors. But in the regular in the main non-factions, they're an upgrade for the militia squad that act as the leader.
Okay.
Well, in the Black Hand faction, you get an upgrade called the Disciple, which adds flame capability to the Confessor squads.
Ah. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, Con, this is gonna go pretty overwhelming. There's so many factions.
Oh, well, wait till you get into Red Alert.
Okay.
Essentially, in Red Alert 3, the Soviets were losing, so one of Tim Curry got the idea, we'll go back in time and kill Einstein.
Okay.
And that way the nuclear bomb will never happen.
Alright.
And then they end up messing up the timeline. Well, it gave the Soviet Union more breathing room to develop their technology to get more powerful. It also since the nuclear bomb would never drop in Japan, well, they became the Empire of the Rising Sun. And the Britain and America became one and allies. And so,
amazing.
So essentially, Japan started conquering everything and developed giant mecha and such.
And the rest
and half naked archer and then psychic schoolgirls.
It's exactly what we need.
Yes. And like I said, they're good games. You can get pretty, I think $15 on Steam. Yeah, but also each faction has their own little commando unit, like the mastermind for the screen.
Okay.
Or in Trial 59 case, the prodigy, which can mind control units. And the commando and GDI, which I really love. Because he's overconfident smack talker. And then we have Nod's commando, which is just a lady with 2 laser pistols with an eye patch and a Russian accent. But yeah, but they're good games, controller friendly. Yes, but unfortunately, EA screwed the series over.
Darn.
Well, Command Conquer 4 had good units ideas. From what I heard, it's not good.
Oh. That's
Also,
a
fun
shame.
fact. Fun fact. Kane, the guy who played Kane, also voice acted Doctor Doom in the Incredible Hulk TV series from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also he was a secretive advisor to Joseph Stalin during the Second World War. Huh.
Okay.
Kane was the character he played as. The Kane was also an advisor to Joseph Stalin during the Second World War.
He was there from the beginning. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Command and Conquer. Like I said, I tried to condense it, but there's like a lot
Yes.
to the. You know, like to be in war is like Red Alert is connected to I believe Red Alert and the Tiberian Relic series is in the same timeline as the Tiberian War series.
Okay.
And that's something else. But yeah, but that's pretty much it, you know, play the game and you can get on Steam.
Oh, it's on Steam?
Oh yeah.
How much?
Let me double check. I believe 50. I believe it's 15.
$15? That's not bad.
Yeah. $15 for both the game and the DLC. Well, no, I mean $15 each.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get a lot in the DLC. It's like one full campaign, Kane's challenge, and some other stuff.
Okay.
And like a global conquest, like a galactic conquest sort of mode. Okay, now let's see. Let's double check. Let's double check. Command Conquer.
Alright then.
Okay. Also, you can get it for $14.99, and you can also get the remaster of the original games for like remastered collection for $19.99 also.
Alright. All of them? For $19.99?
Yeah.
Or each remaster is $19.99?
Oh, well, the Command & Conquer Remastered Collection for $19.99, which contains all, like, you know, all the games before, all Iberia games such before 3.
Okay.
Before, like, you know, the completely 3D games.
Okay. Alright then. Well, that sounds like a deal, I guess. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it contains like all 3 expansion packs, rebuilt multiplayer, and modernized UI. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay then. Alright.
Don't get 4.
Don't get 4? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright then. Well, there we go. If this sounds like a deal to you, you can get it on Steam, like Comet said. And, yeah, I guess don't avoid 4.
Yeah, they completely changed up the system, and it was clearly designed for multiplayer only. They didn't get single player war, and the story didn't make any sense. And then, because in the third game, they just hinted at that a full-scale screen invasion was going to come.
Okay.
Didn't, so yeah.
Alright then. Well, thank you, Mr. Comet. And I'm sure it's late where you are now, so if you want, you can call it a night.
Okay.
Alright, okay. Alright.
Alright, everyone.
Alright, have a good night, Comet. And he's gone. Okay. So it's just down to the three of us again. As usual. Alright. Oh shit, I ignored chat. Brett's in the chat. Hello.
Hey!
Alright. So, this is now our second to last topic since Not had to call it early. Alright, Mr. SGD, is it true this man wanted to be the next Disney?
I don't know.
Ah. Alright. Alright. You're still here? I know, Chelsea. I know. Alright, so tell us, what exactly is this movie, Secret of NIMH?
So The Secret of NIMH is a 1971 fantasy adventure film by Don Bluth, based on the children's novel. It's a 1982 film based on the 1971 children's novel, Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of NIMH. And we follow the recently widowed mother of four field mouse, Mrs. Frisbee. The reason why she's not called Mrs. Frisbee is because the fact that Frisbee is spelled differently from Frisbee was not good enough an argument, so they had to rename her to Frisbee.
Oh, okay.
And the film is mostly just about Mrs. Frisbee trying to deal with the fact one of her sons, Timmy, has come down with pneumonia.
Oh.
And so, of course, the opening of the film is just her getting medicine, but as a field mouse, she lives in a field near a farmer's house. And when the frost goes away, the farmer begins to plow the field. And that day is called Moving Day. And Moving Day is coming up. But she can't move her family because her son has pneumonia and the cold will kill him. So the first chunk is just her getting medicine, and then the rest of it is her trying to get help from the rats, who are very well off, like they're very technologically advanced for tiny little animals, so they can move her house for her, as the Great Owl tells her.
Convenient.
And that's it's a very simple plot. And there are a handful of characters, but it mostly just follows Mrs. Frisbee and a crow called Jeremy, who was very clumsy and looking for love. The first part is more important than the second part. The second part's more of a minor character trait.
Okay.
And he's essentially the comedic relief of the film. And I think he does a pretty good job at that. And it really isn't a lot to say, because it's mostly just Mrs. Frisbee's journey on trying to get to the rats. And when she does get to the rats, they're like, yeah, sure, we'll help you out, because we know who your husband was. And there really isn't a lot of tension in the film. It's very much like go to A, go to B, go to C plot line.
Okay.
And this does suffer from a similar problem that Anastasia would go to suffer from, but Anastasia kind of handled it better.
Okay.
The villain, this film really didn't need a villain. Because there's an evil rat, and you know he's evil because people start talking bad about him before he shows up. Then you hear him talking bad about other people before he shows up. Then he shows up, and you take one look at his character design, like, oh, that guy is evil. And what he wants to do is he doesn't want the rats moving from where they live, and is willing to kill to stop them from moving.
Oh my goodness.
But the leader of the rats, Nicodemus, wants to move because NIMH is coming for them. Which is the National Institute of Mental Health. Because Nicodemus and Mrs. Frisbee's husband were experiments trying to improve the intelligence of animals. and they learned to read and escaped the humans, with Mrs. Brisby's husband being the only mouse to escape alive. The rest were rats, because all the other mice died on the way out. Yeah, the film gets a little bit dark at times.
Okay. I didn't realize there were flowers from Algernon rats.
Because he died on before the events of the film, trying to drug the farmer's cat, the dragon, because someone has to drug the cat before the rats do anything outside, otherwise the cat will get them.
Huh.
So, Mrs. Brisby doing that as part of the film, so they can move her house. And the villain is introduced very late into the film, and he sabotages Mrs. Brisby's house being moved to kill the leader of the rats, Nicodemus, so the rats won't move. And then when the captain of the guard accuses him of doing that, he just admits to it.
Oh.
And then they get into a sword fight, and the captain of the guard kills him. And like,
hey, Jin77's back in chat. What is it with you and wanting to harm genitalia? My goodness. My goodness, boy. He just twists his dick. It's like, Jeebus. Let's calm down there, man. Okay.
When we barely see Nicodemus, like he does the open narration of the films of writing about Mrs. Brisby's husband dying, and then Mrs. Brisby finally meets him, like, yeah, we'll help you out, because let me give you a backstory. But we never get enough time to become attached to him, so his death is pretty meaningless, because by the end of the film, the rats just move anyway.
Okay.
And the house also starts to sink into the mud because it landed in the mud. Because the house is Mrs. Brisby's house is actually a cinder block. And I feel like we didn't need a villain for any of this to happen. Especially since the villain is he solely exists just to kill Nicodemus. I don't know how much different things are from the book, though. It's like, you could have just had the equipment the rats had suddenly fail, and then the house sinks into the mud, like in the film, if you wanted the tension. But I don't feel like it even needed that. We also don't really get much time to get attached to the kids. Like, you can worry for them because they're Mrs. Brisby's kids, but as characters in their own right, not that much reason to care. Okay. Wait, were you trying to say something, Nick?
I just realized my mic was unmuted. I just said something randomly in Megatron's voice. What I did was, I was quoting Shake from that one episode of Aqua Teen. And the guy in here, man, and the guy in there, the Bible. It says the Bible. You question the words of the mighty Jimmy!
Okay.
Off topic. I didn't even realize I was unmuted.
I was like, wait, what are you trying to say, Nick? Alright.
Wait. There's also a special piece of jewelry, like you can see in the poster. Nicodemus mentions, like, oh, if this bad rat gets his hands on this, this will be very bad. It just suddenly transports Mrs. Brisby's house out of the mud at the end of the film. They had next to no importance. Like, I hold this shiny thing, and then later it does a thing. Like, okay. And I get you needed a reason, something to move the house, but I feel like you could have done more with the jewelry before that moment. But the film itself, I think, is good. Mrs. Brisby is delightfully sweet as a character, and Jeremy is very entertaining.
Alright. Okay. What would you say then would be the biggest strength of this movie?
I think just Mrs. Brisby is very well written.
Alright. Okay. Alright then. Anything else about Secret of NIMH?
That's everything.
That's everything? Alright then. Alright. And I guess to this day we will know if Don Bluth really wanted to be the next Disney. I hear that was his goal, but I don't know. Okay.
The secret of NIMH from the title is they made smart animals, I guess.
Alright. Okay. Well, in that case, we can move on now. Not's not here. You have to call it early, so we are actually down to our last topic. Okay. So... Alright, so Nick, tell me, how exactly... You said earlier to stream you could tie Transformers to this. How are you going to do that?
Oh, I don't know if I could do Express, but I could definitely tie it into Transformers itself.
Okay.
The Vampire Girl is voiced by RC.
Okay.
Also, Casey Kasem, Cliff Jumper.
Oh!
And Don Messick, Gears. Scooby's Gears. I can actually tie a lot to Transformers.
Oh, okay. Alright, so tell me, Nick, what exactly does... So tell me, Nick, why'd you... Okay, so you said you were gonna talk about the Ghoul School, but specifically, the weird cult following behind it. Why is that?
So, first I think I gotta explain the movie.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, there was a couple Scooby-Doo movies, and, one of them was called Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, in which Shaggy and Scooby, being the pinnacle in peak physical performance they are signed on to be the gym coaches for an all-girls school. But when they get there, they realize it was they misread it, and it's actually an all-ghoul school. And so, and basically, it's Shaggy, Scoopy, and Scrappy, which you can already kind of guess. This movie's you're gonna either be, it's either gonna make or break, just on the fact that Scrappy's in this movie. So, make or break it for you already. Chance, you wanna know how fucking crazy this movie is? It feels like two separate, movies, stitched together.
Are we talking about the puns?
No, although there's a shit ton of them. Because that's really all the jokes in the movie, is mostly monster puns.
Affirmative.
Chingis' sigh of defeat. Always love to hear it.
Well, let me see if I still have that image.
Which one?
The reaction to Ghoul School. Here we go. I found it. Friendship explained in one picture.
I was about to post it. I mean, it's just...
Two separate reactions when it comes to watching Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School and all its puns.
Just so you know, I'm not laughing at the movie. I'm laughing at you.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. Because I know you hate it.
I don't hate it. It's just the puns get really overbearing as the movie goes on.
Also, the kids would not shut the fuck up.
Oh no,
And by
they
that,
wouldn't.
by that, I mean the cadets. All they do is say affirmative. Jeez, I didn't even realize how much they said affirmative until you fucking pointed it out.
Affirmative, Nick.
So it's like the first half is like Scooby and Shaggy teaching these 5 like monster girls like volleyball because they have to win a volleyball competition. Which, funny enough, at no point do they actually teach like coach them in volleyball. It's like you're doing anything other than volleyball. No wonder these kids are losing. Who's running this fucking school? And then when they actually do do the team, technically they didn't even need Shaggy and Scooby's help because all they did is cheat. And even the fucking cadets cheated as well, so I guess it's fine. One of the kids just used a fucking jetpack.
Alright.
And so that's like the first half. The second half involves like this random. And there's a villain halfway through the movie, and basically she just wants to rule the world, and by essentially using at best prepubescent girls to do it somehow. I'm starting to think her plan wasn't really all that thought out. Granted, I never thought that. But really, at the end of the day, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School is passable as a movie to like show kids. But it's really not all that great.
So why do so many people love it?
That's a good fucking question. Because there's actually a surprising cult following around this movie. Like Changus.
Okay.
Like you got people I think people see like some sort of like potential in this or something. Because there's people making fan art of the characters. Changus, you might like this one. They're doing fucking JoJo. They're doing JoJo crossover art. Changus? He's muted.
Sorry, my mom was asking me about Amazon package. What is this?
Someone made JoJo fan art.
With the Ghoul School?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like you got like people redesigning the characters to kind of almost as if like people see like a school of monsters. It's not a bad idea. It can work.
It could work.
I mean, they made a whole fucking franchise, toy franchise off of that.
Oh, that's true.
It's like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. James, that's what's also messed up. The art is good.
Dang, they are real passionate about this. What?
They are. Chance, there are people like writing like stories about like these characters.
Huh.
Hell, someone actually tried doing like a reboot pitch. In fact, if I'm willing to bet, I think this is kind of where it all started. Is someone saw this? I'm like, this could work. I'm gonna try and make like a complete reboot of the thing, and see what I could come up with, and basically have no Scooby or Shaggy, and basically make it. And he actually kind of went in depth, because even like Chase, he got to the point where he even tried pitching it to like the networks.
Oh my goodness.
So there's got to be something.
Dang, they are passionate.
That they are.
Jin says it's nostalgia. But
Most likely. I think that's a lot of it.
It probably plays into it, but I don't think nostalgia alone is what causes such a massive following.
I think maybe it also has to do with the guy, because this appeared on like message boards and stuff like that. I think that kind of made people go into, okay, let's actually try. Chase, I think it got to the point where it's like they became the characters also became characters made by the people as well.
Ah.
So they kind of like basically kept adding on to it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, here's some Tim Burton designs.
Tim Burton?
Someone drew them in styles of Tim Burton.
Look at the wolf girl. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you wanna know how big that cult following got? Changes.
Yeah.
There was a crossover in OKKO.
What?
Yes! I'm not kidding!
Enid's
They
old
brought
school pals?
They brought the characters back, and they even got like 3 of them to reprise their role.
Wait, let me look this up. Okay. Ghoul school. Oh my goodness. Oh shit! There they are!
Yeah!
Huh. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay then. Oh, dude. I didn't realize that. Okay. All right. What else?
It's like it's amazing that a movie in like the 80s that wasn't really that's mid at best could have such a following of like people like willing to like basically see like potential in something and redevelop it.
Huh.
I think we could actually improve it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, man. If they could find something salvageable, we could. Chase, you know what we did with Express. You know we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but the difference was I am way more passionate when it comes to Transformers than Ghoul School.
I know.
So
Technically, you know what it is? Because the characters in the original movie had really just puns to them. They were essentially just blank canvases.
Just blank slates, you could do whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Well, then knowing you, how much trauma are you gonna inflict upon him?
Changus, don't get me started, because I could probably do a lot if you don't stop me.
I mean, let's be honest, Nick. I don't think I'm gonna be stopping you, cause well, no, I did stop you was one thing when it came to Transformers Express, but the thing was by that time, it was. You know what it is, Nick? I remember
What?
now. We crossed the line when it came to doing bad stuff to the dog.
What did the dog do to deserve this?
It's like, okay, we can make everyone go through all this stuff, but the dog stays clean.
No, the dog must suffer as well.
Why?
Because it will break everyone's heart.
Oh my goodness.
And that's basically had to stop me when we did the whole Bumblebee doesn't have to do some involving euthanasia plot. Hey, we did tie this back in the Transformers Express.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I had to stop you. I just stopped you from an idea. Like, what if Bumblebee has to euthanize as his, the evil version of his dog? And like, okay, Nick, I think we took it too far. Let's scale back. Let's scale back.
An unfiltered Nick is a very dangerous Nick.
It's a very dangerous Nick.
Chance. I kind of realize I can also kind of go fucking like brutal with stuff as well.
Okay.
Remember how I told you, like when in the Convergence universe, Takenuma basically just headbutts a xenomorph to death.
Yeah.
There was a show I think I used to watch. I think really inspired me to do like that kind of shit.
Was it Devilman?
No, but fuck, I wish I knew what. I used to. Can't believe I don't remember what it was though. Oh, it's actually kind of. But anyway, the fact that this it's amazing what people can do with something as bland as Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Hmm. Oh, the anime guy.
So it's just, really impressive.
Hmm. It's crazy.
It is.
Just...
People are making fan art now, but not just fan art. Good fan art.
Good fan art. Would you say it's the fan art is? I'm gonna fucking hate myself for saying this. Would you say the fan art is fantastic? God, I hate those puns so much.
Changus, because I'm gonna make you do it with me, because I know, because again, because the picture. Give me a second.
I'll just go back up.
This picture is relevant. I'm gonna make you do a rewrite with me.
Oh my god.
Would it help that only one character really speaks in puns?
Which one?
The vampire.
Limit the puns and we'll talk. Not all the time, please.
Oh, obviously not. That. Holy shit, that would get old fast.
Oh, you know what else we need to do so it doesn't get old fast? As that werewolf girl needs to stop howling every fucking 10 seconds of her damn screen appearance. She just keeps howling. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my gosh. Alright. I don't know what else to say.
I would say check out Scooby-Doo the Ghoul School, but it's not something I highly recommend. It's more of a do it you will.
Alright.
It's not bad enough where I'm saying don't watch it.
Yeah.
But it's shocking though.
It is. It is certainly a thing. I say Scooby-Doo Zombie Island's better.
Oh, obviously. It's not even a contest, Changus. You know how mean that is to pair up, to like play Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School against Zombie Island. It's like you place that fucking like. You know what? Let's use Starscream as an example as Ghoul School. As Ghoul School, and Omni-Man as Zombie Island. Not the train!
No, not the train, not the train! Alright. I'm just, actually Omni-Man just reminded me that in an official Transformers comic, there was a panel referencing the Think mark. Think hot rod dink.
That's right.
Oh my. All right then. I don't know. Is any like closing thoughts on Ghoul School?
I don't know. It's not that I don't. I don't. It's not I don't. It's just I don't know what to say.
Okay. What about you, Australian man? What is your opinion of all this?
I don't really have one.
Affirmative.
Darn, and here I thought I could trust Australian. I should have known to trust people from down under. Yes,
Oh,
Chelsea,
Changus, at least,
I see you
at least I
clip me.
didn't say that word.
Which word?
The A word, Changus.
Say it.
What, Asian?
No, Nick just said it.
As the there's so many words that start with the letter A. You gotta be more specific.
They say the cadets say in Ghoul School.
Well, what did they say?
Affirmative.
Hey, Changus.
Yes, Nick.
What's your favorite kind of action?
Nick, well, see, Nick, that joke doesn't work with me because Asians hate affirmative action.
I was gonna say my favorite is affirmative action. I'm gonna get canceled at some point. At this point, I don't give a shit.
I do not speak for Xenonic. His opinions are his own. Please, we are not. I am not affiliated with him whatsoever.
Just so you know, he leeches off of me. No, wait, it's the other way around. My bad.
All right then. Okay. Well, in that case, we could probably call it here. This has been a shorter 2 cents stream. We could call it here then. All right then. Let me see here. Oh, Anime Guy's live. Oh, okay. Tell you what then. Let me put Anime Guy's Twitch channel in the chat, and then you guys can chat. You guys can check him out. After we end the stream. All right. There we go. Anime Guy's channel. There we go. See, there we go. All right then. This has been. Oh no, that's not a colon. That's a quotation mark. This is a colon. There we go. Okay. So this has been a fun stream. Shorter podcast than normal because it got late for the Easterners. It's not my fault that the Easterners are weak. So there's that. But yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Nothing really else to say. Just one last reminder that if you look to the top right corner, monthly goal, $50. We're like about over a quarter way. So, you know, hopefully we can reach 50 at the end of the month. But if not the end of the world. And it's all just it's all charity. It's all it's all tipping. I was gonna say charity, but no, we're not actually a charity. But if you are feeling charitable, that's a word, then you could go ahead and tip through Stream Elements. So there's that. Alright, so with that said then, here's Anime Guy's channel. He's live right now, so you could go check him out. And then we're gonna call it a night here. SGD, Nick, you two have any last words?
Affirmative.
Thank you, Nick. What about
You're
you,
welcome.
SGD?
Not really.
At least SGD didn't say the word. Okay, so with that said, thank you everyone who came. No stream.
Say it quickly.
Oh my
quickly,
God.
Say it.
No, we're done. Bye. Good night.